Let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Just wants to sniff, you know. What's up, guys? It's Grant and Foss going for walks and talks. And hope everybody's having a beautiful day out there. I wanted to come on for a moment because of this whole eclipse situation that's happening, that's coming up. So I guess March 25th there was a lunar eclipse. Where I was, it was a partial lunar eclipse. And then on April 8th there's going to be this total solar eclipse that everybody's talking about, right? So here's the thing. It seems to me that we are in what Mark Passio calls the season of sacrifice, where everybody, all of the elite, if you want to call them that, are running all of these different kinds of fear programs and various different types of sacrifices, occult ritual sacrifices. And, you know, I'll just give you an example that just happened the other day. Was this barge hitting the bridge in Baltimore, which strangely is actually correlated with the barge that comes ashore in the movie Leave the World Behind. It's like called like the White Lion or something like that. It's all occult symbolism, and that's my point in saying all this. It's all occult symbolism, and they're running this occult ritual season of sacrifice. And Passio, he calls it the season of sacrifice. So that's what it seems like every March around this time. But this year, there's this April 8th thing going on, right? There's this total solar eclipse, and it seems to me that they are pushing in the alternative media and in the mainstream media, both. They've hijacked the alternative media, and they're also pushing it in the mainstream media, this idea that there's going to be something going on the day of the eclipse. Some shit's going to go down, whatever. All the alternative media is talking about it, I'm sure you've heard. And it sounds, from what everyone's saying, like they're planning some kind of false flag operation. Look at that sunset. Sedona is insane. Absolutely beautiful out here. That's what it sounds like. But what if, in reality, they're just knowing cosmologically that this is one of the most powerful portals that we're going through right now, this time between now and the eclipse, and they're just trying to keep everybody focused, distracted from the potential that we have to drastically shift reality in this plane of existence as we go through this cosmic portal. I'm just saying what if. I'm not saying that this is what's happening. I'm just speculating. Because it seems to me that everybody in the alternative media is all fixated on this idea that there's going to be some kind of false flag going on the day of the eclipse. Some kind of cyber attack, you know, all of the things that the World Economic Forum's been talking about. Fuzzy Bear, come! All of the various, you know, speculations are in the air. Martial law, whatever it could be. Some kind of blackout of the grid, some kind of 5G weapon attack, whatever the fuck. You know, let your imagination go run wild. And as I said in a previous video, previous Walk and Talk, I'm preparing for such a reality because I think it's highly possible that that is going to happen. But the problem that I see and that I wanted to make this video about is that the entire alternative media is fixating on this one thing, this one eclipse day. This is going to happen, and, right? And a lot of it is coming from a place of like, yeah, something gnarly could go down. There is potential that, you know, we might need to navigate a difficult situation. However, let us not forget that the dark occultists who run the world, who run these seasons of sacrifice that I was talking about earlier in this video. There's definitely one going on right now. There's definitely an attempt to hijack the United States government. There's definitely an attempt to overthrow the United States people, the sovereignty of our people here in our land, and bring in foreign powers, bring in the UN, bring in armed militias from around the world, rogue militias. And this is kind of what they're foreshadowing to as well in this Civil War movie that they're also pumping, that was also coincidentally created by the Bidens, who also created the Leave the World Behind movie, which also is foreshadowing predictive programming for some kind of cyber warfare attack. Ooh, scary. And then they're also, they also were doing the same thing before COVID. For the people who are paying attention, we all know that right before COVID, they were predictive programming for this thing that went down. But what's interesting is the more and more that we awaken to our true power, the less that any of these fucking bullshit false flag events have any power over us anyways. So the more that we continue to awaken to our true power and realize that all the dark occultists in the world who are running things are using these occult rituals to capitalize on certain cosmologically significant dates and then use them in their attempts to hijack and control and manipulate the psychology of the masses into this herd mentality of the masses are actually praying for, creating, bringing about this type of reality that they are bringing forth through their magical dark magician spell casting rituals. The second that we wake up and realize that, and we start to actually use those same dates as well to move things in the direction that we want to move things into, and we start casting our own spells of light and love and positivity and abundance for all and peace, prosperity on earth like we've never known it before. I just want to show you, this is a really fun feature to hit on the mountain bike right here. It's like a nice little rock ledge, and you can kind of like zoom through there and jump off that and then down into that little gully right there. But anyways, I want to keep this video short. My point of saying all of this is, let us not forget in this time how much power we truly have and our ability to create reality through our frequency and our way of interacting with Mother Nature and all of creation through frequency, because at the end of the day, we are holographic, fractal creations, beings of water and crystals that are resonating at certain frequencies and using PAs of electricity to influence the fields of consciousness around us. Let us not forget our power in doing so. And remember that we can pray for what we do want to have happen, or we can pray for what we don't want to have happen. And personally, what I'm praying for, what I do want to have happen, is through this portal of the eclipse that's coming up. It's obviously a very cosmologically significant portal, right? We know that. That's why there's so much hype around it, so much buzz around it, why all of these alternative and mainstream media sources are talking about it. And also warning, there's this undertone of fear of like, ooh, this could be a catastrophic eclipse or some shit like that, right? Let us not forget that we are also creating reality, and including the people who are awake, including the alternative media, everything like that. So let us cast spells of coming into higher consciousness through this eclipse, tapping in with greater levels of our own creativity and greater levels of flow, where we can just be in the flow of all of creation, creating with the universe, creating harmoniously with the rest of the universe, so that life can continue to get more and more beautiful. And when we create beauty within ourselves, through our meditation practices, through our yoga, through purifying and detoxifying our bodies from toxic chemicals, when we purify ourselves, look at that, that's Thunder Mountain behind me right there. Absolutely insane. I've hiked that up to the top of that a few times. Insanely powerful vortex. Let us continue to pray for the reality that we do want to create, and recognize that this eclipse cosmic event is a sacred event. This is a sacred time. And the more that we tap in with that, recognize that, and use that energy towards the fulfillment of our intentions, the more powerful we become in making the old Babylon system obsolete. We're making it obsolete through the power of our intentions, coupled with the cosmological events that are taking place, the cosmic events that are taking place. When we recognize our own power and we pray for the reality that we do want rather than the reality that we don't want, then we're consciously creating the reality that we do want. So I just wanted to put that out there as a reminder to all the people. You know, I'm a big fan of Richie from Boston. I don't know if anybody out there watches Richie, but I've been following him for a long time. Watched him go through multiple YouTube channels, be deleted off YouTube like 3 or 4 times over, and he's still making content, still sharing his authentic voice to the world. So big ups, Richie. What I have noticed is that people like Richie are focusing on this April 8th event as this, like, this could be it, guys. This could be the day that they take it all down. Yes, it could be. I agree. That's why I'm prepared with shit tons of gasoline, shit tons of water, multiple different off-grid power systems that can generate electricity, tons of food stored, tons of, you know, all the things that I might need in the event that something were to happen, right? I'm prepared. But that allows me to rest in peace in my heart, knowing that now I can focus on praying for the highest outcome for humanity and praying for the highest outcome of consciousness for humankind and for all beings. So anyways, I'm going to leave the video there today. I hope you all have a beautiful day. The last thing I wanted to remind you is that if anybody is in the southwestern United States, this week I will be playing in Phoenix, Arizona on April 4th, 4/4, just a few days before this Eclipse portal. It's going to be powerful. I'm going to be playing at Rebel Lounge. My friend Jam, James Austin Murray, Jam for short, he is going to be coming through with his band. He's putting on this show. He's an awesome artist, awesome musician. He's going to have a killer band backing him. He always does. We also got Sophia Humbert, I believe that's how you pronounce it. We got Owzy, I think is how you pronounce the other artist's name. So it's 4 artists on the bill. It's going to be a beautiful evening of music, consciousness, and good positive energy, positive vibrations. And that's exactly what we need in this time in order to come into this eclipse portal with the highest manifestation potential for what we want to actually see moving forward. So anyways, if you're in the area of this Thursday, 4/4, come out to Phoenix, Arizona. There's a ticket link on my website, presencemusic.com. You can get tickets there. They're super, I think they're like only 10 or 13 bucks, something like that. Please use the link through my website so that we know that I sent you to buy the tickets. And man, it would be so awesome to meet some of my subscribers out there at a real show. I'm going to be lugging out my whole drum kit. I've been rehearsing a ton because I have a huge show coming up in May 10th to the 12th for Rising Vibes, and I want to be as tight as possible for that. So I'm using every show leading up to that as an opportunity to rehearse my highest level of musical sharing performance with you all. So yeah, anyways, if you're in the area Thursday, come through. It's gonna be epic. And that's it, y'all. Pray for what you want. Pray for the reality that you do want to create. Recently I've been tapping back in with a morning meditation practice where every single morning I wake up and one of the first things that I do is I sit down and I just meditate for a little while to focus on praying for the outcomes that I want to see manifesting in this reality at this time. Namely, freedom for humanity. Creating freedom for myself from within and without, and then manifesting, spreading, sharing, inspiring others to also do the same. So that's my prayer in this time. May this eclipse be a powerful portal where we can ascend to higher levels. Remember, during the COVID scam, they rolled it out at around this exact same time 4 years ago, coinciding with the election cycles, coinciding with this eclipse, right? They're not doing these things on accident. This stuff is happening purposely. So let us be purposeful as well in our creation of reality. Peace, love, blessings, prosperity to all of you. Thanks for watching. If you are watching and you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button down below and also tap the bell to be notified of future videos. And also, please, if you have not subscribed to my email newsletter, I don't share things very often on there. It's just when I have a big announcement to make, it's really helpful to get above the noise of all the social media and be able to just write you directly to your inbox. So if you'd like to get updates from me in that way, please reach out on my website. There's a little contact form and just say subscribe to the newsletter. Once again, I appreciate you all very much. Thanks for tuning into this video. Sending my highest prayers from mine to yours. Peace, prosperity, love, blessings. The highest level of freedom for all of humanity, the highest level of morality for all of humanity. Peace.